All right, let's get started with question number 7. The model of an equation is shown. What value of x makes this equation true? And I look at this, I see I have pictures of x's and negative ones with an equal sign in the middle and x's and positive ones on the other side. So I know I'm going to have to write an equation. So let's start off with that. And it's as simple as just counting how many of each picture do we have. So let's start. We'll start with the circle with the x in the middle of it. We're just going to count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 of those pictures. I have 8. And in the picture it says x, so I know I'm going to put x. I have 8x. Now I'm going to look at the next picture. I have inside is -1. So we're going to be counting it with our negatives. So it's going to be -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So I know I'm going to put -5 on the up right there. And that's going to be our B. We're going to keep going. Equal sign. So that stays the same. Equal won't change. Let's see how many x's we have. We have 1, 2 x's. And again, these are positive x's. So it's just going to be 2x. And then we're going to count how many ones we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And these are positive ones, unlike the other ones. So I'm going to do plus 13. Except we're not done yet. So this problem says we need to solve for x. Which value of x makes this equation true? So we need to find out what x equals. So then now we're going to go to Desmos. In Desmos, we're going to type the equation exactly like we see it, but the only difference now is Desmos does not like the letter X and the letter Y when we're writing our equation, so we have to change it to a different letter. So typically, I like to change it to the letter A, substitute all X's for the letter A. Also, remember, Desmos does not like us using equal signs, so we have to use the tilde or the squiggly line. So this is what we're going to type. 8a minus 5 tilde 2a plus 13. And if we look at it, it looks exactly the same as ours. The only difference is it has the tilde in the middle and it has a instead of x. And if we look at the bottom, it says a equals 3. So then I know my answer is going to be 3. Now, we can't just leave it like this. We have to bubble it in, and make sure you bubble it in correctly. The 3 is going to go right here because this is our ones place. So I'm going to bubble in 3. And then if you want, you can do 0, 0 and bubble in that. That's it for problem number 7. Hopefully this helped out, and let's move on to question number 8. All right, let's get started with question number 8. Remember, the first thing we always need to do is read the problem. Allison opened a college savings account. She opened the account with $105 and then deposited $55 each month. Which equation best models the relationship between M, the number of monthly deposits Allison made, and S, the total amount in Allison's college savings account? All right, so we need to write an equation. I'm looking at all of these, and all of these problems look like they're in the form of y equals mx plus b. So we need to find out what m equals and what does our b equal. So then we're going to go through the problem and look, and it says Allison opened an account. She opened it with 105, so that's going to be an important number, and then deposited $55. I need to figure out which one's going to be my M and which one's going to be my B. And if I keep reading, it says $55 each month. That word right there is our key word. Remember, each, every, and per are slope words. Every time we see that, we know that's going to be our M, which is slope. So in this case, I'm going to put 55 here. And that automatically means the other number, 105, has to be our B. And also, if we think about it, I always said B is our starting point. And when she opens an account, she's starting with that much money. So that looks good. Now we got to rewrite our equation. So when I rewrite it, y will stay the same. So it's going to be y equals 55, because we know what m is now, x plus our b, which is 105, 105. And if we look here, all of our problems are in s's and m's. So that means we can just change the same thing. It means the same thing. So then I can just write s is equal to 55m plus 105. And let's look at which answer choices matches ours. A has s equals 105m minus 55. Nope, we have a positive 55. And our slope is wrong. B, 55m minus 105. Slope is good, but our b is wrong because our b, we have a positive 105. C, s 105m. Again, our m is wrong. Our slope is wrong. So then we look at D, s equals 55m plus 105. And that's exactly what I have down here. So my answer is D. Hopefully this helped you out. And let's move on to question number 8. Let's keep going with the next question. It'll be the last one for this video. Question number 9. Which representation does not show y as a function of x? So I look at this and I see the word function. Function of x. That means we do not care about, whenever it sees function of x, that means we're going to look at only x values. Look at only the x's. So then we're going to go to each answer choice and see which one's a function or not a function. So answer choice A, I'm going to cross out my y's because I don't care about them. I'm only going to look at x. And when you get these mapping diagrams, the trick to these is look at each number and how many lines are coming from it. So number 5, there's only one line. So we're good. Number 8, there's one line. 9, there's only one line leaving it. 12 has one and 13 has one. So if every problem has every number only has one, this is going to be a function. Let's go to B. Remember, these are going to be x and y's because these are all ordered pairs. We don't care about y's, our second number, so let's cross them out and only look at our x's. And remember, x cannot repeat for it to be a function. So if x does repeat, it is not a function. So then we look here and I see that, oh, -3 and -3. That repeats, so this is a non-function. Let's keep checking. Let's just see what, label all of them just to make our life easier. This next one, we have a graph. Remember, with graphs, we have to do what is called the vertical line test. We're going to draw a line straight up and down. Anywhere on the graph, for it to pass, it only crosses one time. So no matter where we draw the line, it's going to pass. It only crosses one time. So if it crosses one time, that means it is a function. So this is f. And let's look at D. So D, we have a table. Just like before, we don't care about our y, so we cross all of those out and we only look at our x. 1, 5, 7, 9, and 11. None of the numbers repeat, so that means this is a function. So I'm going to scroll back up to the question to see which one we want to do, and it says which one does not show a function. So which one is not a function? And of all of them, the only one who's not a function is answer choice B. That was fairly simple. We're done with question number 9. Let's move on to question number 10.